Welcome to US Roundtable. We got Khadija, our favorite millennial, and Kristy. Hey, girl, Kristy, serving our country, salute. And Travesty, because he's black man. And Petee G, the polite pimp. PLP.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Sparrow. Much appreciated. That was tremendous. Anyway, getting right into things. First of all, we got 9 inches of snow up here, and I was out there shoveling. I was out there. You would have been proud of me. I was out there doing it. I was making it happen with one arm and my cane, and I was pushing. Just
Wow.
That back working.
yeah.
What happened to the little kids who used to go around doing that for money? That doesn't even exist anymore.
Apparently,
it's dangerous to do that now.
Apparently, there's no app for that, so the kids don't want to do it.
We should make an app.
Even if there was, I don't think they would do it.
They will want minimum wage.
Yeah.
Well, they want more than that now. Last time they charged me $80 just to do the walkways, not even the driveway, just the walkways around the house, and that was it. $80.
I used to get mad. I used to get paid like $40 doing the whole entire driveways.
$80 back then was like solid though. That's
Right?
a whole 2 months of going to the movies and actually getting snacks. Like you can't even do that. That's like a ticket now.
Mm-hmm.
Are going to movies even a thing now? Like, that was like the cute little.
Yeah, we went to the
Netflix and
movies to
chill.
see. We went to see Spider-Man.
Oh, all right. All right. So was that one of those dinner theaters where they brought the food and everything? You sat at a table, or was it an actual movie theater?
Actual movie theater.
Was it
Regular. Yeah.
Was it the old school where you actually hear the movie next door?
Oh no, we didn't hear the movie next door, thankfully, but no. Regular.
You know what? As a matter of fact, that's where we went to see Black Panther. Travesty. We went to the old Baldwin movie theater right there on not Baldwin Road, the other one, Grand Avenue. We actually heard the movie theater next door, the movie going on.
Mm-hmm.
And your feet were sticking to the floor. I mean, I almost lost a shoe in there. It was.
I actually never went to that movie theater, but I know which one you're talking about, though.
Oh, it was unreal.
Right there on Grand Avenue.
The question to our millennials: Have any of you gone to a movie theater where your feet stick to the floor?
Yeah, of course.
Every movie theater.
Yeah, I don't think you ever really somehow get over that.
You know the trick you do after the movie theaters, you walk through the seats because people drop stuff in between them, and then next thing you know, you're finding money and trinkets.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little treasure hunt.
Yeah.
My question for people is people who go to the movie theaters by yourself, right? Say the movie theater's full and both of the cup holders are taken. Like, what do you do? Like on both sides of you, they just decide to put their cup in. What do you do about that? Like,
something, that's a good question.
Guess you just gotta hold it.
No, I am entitled. As much as tickets are, I need a cup holder. You're not gonna do that.
So wild is that like I guess I haven't bought anything from a movie theater in so long that like I don't even have the issues of the cup holder because I'm like usually bringing in a water bottle. Like I have my own drink.
Honestly, you probably want to do that because right.
Stroller, chips, popcorn in the stroller,
juice.
And it's always been expensive. It's not like it just got that way, but even back in the day, it was always expensive. But now, the price it used to be, I wish it was that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the expense at things is not much of a big deal because of inflation. People want to make their money. I think it's just what we're paying for. This products we're paying for aren't worth the expense that they're costing. There's a lot of we're always paying for like expensive stuff of things we don't even need, and it's like, and then we're complaining about inflation. It's like a lot of us is really honestly living beyond our means. So
Well, and then also the inflation is crazy though right now. Like when I went into the store and saw toothpaste was like $5. I'm like, what is this? Well, I mean, I was in Target, but still. And I get a specific kind. But before it was $2 less. you know, but I'm
You
just
know what?
saying that
Just
is
The
get
went up.
fluoride-free toothpaste that's like made out of the natural stuff, they are crazy expensive. It's like $5 a toothpaste.
Right.
Because I get the same
You know
ones.
what? You know what? I'm old school. I'll go to the dollar store. Well, now the dollar store is up to $1.25. I just want to let everybody know that Dollar Tree is up to $1.25.
Not at this dollar one. I go there
No,
all the time.
if
It's
they're
still
touching Dollar
$1.
Tree, that's it. It's over. Dollar Tree, the whole point of Dollar Tree is everything's $1. I remember when I had my first place in Crime Dance. I built.
Where is that?
I actually
I guess
housed
she
my
means
first
wine
place on the
dance.
Dollar
You're
Tree.
talking about wine dance. Yeah, yeah.
Right
I
off the
heard
straight path. Shout out to my wine dance, Crime Dance. Yes. Hey.
Well,
Fine
listen.
dance.
If I got to do it, when I got to go out and get toothpaste, $1.25, I'll buy AIM. You remember AIM? That's what I'll buy.
I got that
Someplace-
upstairs right now. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. AIM. It's $1. It works. You know.
Fluoride-free, charcoal activated, natural whitening with coconut oil. No harsh stuff on my teeth.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen. You know what?
yeah,
I'm going to
same.
ask everybody a question about the movie theater. Getting back to that, let me ask everybody this: have any of you ever been thrown out for bringing too much stuff into the movie theater?
No,
Because they would never know.
they never know.
It doesn't
You
count
can't just
to
be
get thrown out
parading it
for.
in there. You gotta hide it and stuff, you know.
Yeah, get your bag
Yeah, I never
bag.
got caught with that.
Yeah, I never knew.
I've had a blast at movie theaters, and I gotta tell you, I've snuck in an entire pizza once in a while, a whole pie, and I was handed out slices in the theater.
How?
How'd you do that?
You just
Pete?
walked in with the box, or
Yeah,
like
what you gotta do is once you get it,
put it in a Ziploc bag?
No. The pie, what you do is you put a, well, I can't give away my secrets, but you put an aluminum tray over the slices, then you crunch the box down on it slightly, and then you can put it in your coat, and then you just go in and you bring it
That's
back
a
out.
lot of
How
work.
the hell are you gonna do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I did it. It worked
I
every
wanted
time.
to be able to put it in
Okay,
my
so
book bag.
wait.
slip it under
So
the
what? Did the
straw.
pizza melt? I mean, how'd you have the box? It couldn't have been flat because then you would have looked like this.
No,
what
it
you-
wasn't that. The box wasn't. I had a big coat.
I gotta see this. We gotta
Okay,
test
so
it
did
out
you look
now.
like a pregnant man then when you walked in? You understand what I'm saying?
So-
How a pizza box is flat? I'm sure we all know this, right? So
I
how
wonder,
did you
have
sneak it
you
in
out
there
there
and to stick
ever
it out
snuck?
like that? And I know
You know
you
what,
didn't
we'll
put
do-
it this way because then it's gonna fall jacked up. So
Let me tell you, there are two
Yeah,
ways. to do
cheese
it.
all
No.
sliding.
There's
That's
two
like
ways.
nasty.
First of all, you know the little plastic thing that stops the box from crushing on the pizza, the little round plastic thing.
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
don't. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the little
The
table.
little plastic
the little round
table.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what you do is you keep that in the pizza, obviously. Then you put an aluminum tray, like a very thin aluminum tray over that. So you close the box and it'll stop the pizza from moving. And then you just literally hold it like this and then put it inside your coat.
That's
I
interesting.
don't know. All right.
Yeah, we'll do it
I
one
have
day.
a question for you
All
guys
right.
out there, audience watching. Please leave a comment. Have you ever snuck food inside the theater? If so, how? That would be interesting to know everyone's
how much?
techniques. Maybe how much and what was it? What was the most craziest thing you snuck into the movie theater?
A whole box of Popeyes in my book bag. Y'all know I always have a book bag.
I think I've done
And-
chicken before too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop it.
Yeah.
Comment. We want to know.
But I was with a girl and she had it in the pocketbook. So that's all it is. You put it in the purse. It's easy. to
I
do.
got a book bag and it's very Mary Poppins like. Pull all kinds of stuff out of that thing.
Trav, what'd you say? A date? Was it a date that you were going on to the theater?
Probably, yeah. It was definitely
funny that
a female that had a bag, and you just stuff stuff in the bag. It's real easy when you're with a woman. If you're a guy, I don't know.
One of the questions literally just popped through now. It basically says, "Hello, team, U.S. Roundtable. My question is a simple question. When you went out on a date, what was the most embarrassing thing the person you went out on the date did?"
Mhm.
Well, I got a great one. I can tell you about my first date with a woman.
I got two.
I got a great one. Who wants to go first on that one?
Let's see. You start off. What's your great one?
All right. So anyway, I literally the first date, and we decided to go to the mall, and we were going, and she literally had a big bag, and as we were leaving the mall, mall security nailed her for shoplifting. It was hilarious. I was completely oblivious, but she was lifting everything you could imagine. I'll never forget that. That was the first day. So I looked at her as they were not carting her away, but as they took her away, I'm like, well, I guess the movie's out, right? So that was it for me. But she was shoplifting through the whole day. Every store we went to, it was unreal.
Well,
That's
you
funny.
kind of dodged a bullet there because she probably would have been trying to shoplift something from you as well.
That's
You
what
never know.
I'm saying.
Bonnie and
I was so-
Clyde. Yeah, could have been Bonnie and Clyde.
Mhm.
Well, no, that's something I never really did. I mean, I might have forgotten to pay him once or twice. Like, you know, when you're at the grocery store and you leave a case of water on the bottom of the cart and you forget and you walk out. But I mean, she was clipping everything. I didn't even know. I was totally oblivious. And that's what the security guard said. We know you had nothing to do with this because no one could be that oblivious.
Mm-mm.
That's funny.
Smooth criminal.
Yeah.
Nothing smooth about me, believe me. I stick out like a sore thumb. There's no other way around that.
Kristy, what was the most embarrassing thing someone did to you on a date?
Well, similar to Petee G, the guy got arrested and went to jail.
Wow.
Must have been hanging with Pete's friend there.
I think he had like something, a warrant out on the license plate, and it was wild. But luckily, I was in high school, and luckily I had my friend who was trailing behind, and so they pulled them over. Then we had to step out the car, and I was like, "What in the world is going on?" And yeah, next thing you know, it's like, "Oh my God, this person."
What did you get arrested for?
I never went to find out. So let's just say,
No
just say I was
conjugal visits
like-
here.
you know, yeah, yeah.
Khadija, what's your embarrassing date story?
Yeah, maybe far as how this person ate. It was just all over the place and a bit of a mess. Like, it's like, can you just slow down? I swear it's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. The food's not going anywhere. We're good. We're safe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that it's just kind of like I'm eating and I look, I'm like, you good? Like, you want to talk about it? I don't
You know what? Okay. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I did go to the movies one time it was a date. This was a long, long time ago, my college days. But anyway, I went to see Higher Learning, I think it was.
Oh, that's a good
This was
movie.
like 95,
Oh wow,
yeah.
yeah, that's back
A lot of
then.
y'all were young then, but you know.
That's like one of my favorite movies, though, I must say.
Yeah,
But
and I remember. Well, actually, here's what happened. I do remember. The first time I went to see the movie, a fire broke out in the movie theater, and I wasn't embarrassed, and I was just mad. You know, fire broke out, and in Times Square, matter of fact.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
was like, okay, well, so everybody had to vacate the movie, and you know, they just gave us like tickets to go to any theater anywhere or whatever it was, and we could, you know, redeem it and see the movie. Anyway, so we ended up going the next time, probably like a week later, in Washington Heights, New York.
Mhm.
And I was embarrassed because my date there was screaming in the middle of scenes in the movie. And I hate when other people do it, but if you've seen Higher Learning, there was a part, I think, where the big riot stuff broke out or whatever it was. And for some reason, she goes, yeah, booyah, 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 booyah. And I was like, what are you doing? And she kept doing that, and every time something exciting happened, and I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, because she was a quiet, reserved person, but at that moment, she said, booyah, 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 booyah.
She had all that pent up in her,
Yeah. So that was embarrassing.
waiting to come
for me.
out.
Yeah. But that was it. And everyone's looking like, you know, and I was just like, oh, why is she doing it? Booyah, booyah, but. Anyway, whatever. But that's it. That's the only thing I can really think of.
That's funny.
That's pretty fun. Yeah.
So we got the
But I mean
best
loud,
laugh,
like
right?
it was real loud and it was embarrassing.
So we got the best for last, right, Sparrow?
Oh, what? Okay, now the question is the embarrassing thing that happened to me, not the most embarrassing thing I did.
No, that happened. That your date did to
Anything
embarrass you.
embarrassing, I guess, right?
Okay, so the most embarrassing, I have two stories. I used to be a devout Catholic, and I used to go to church every Sunday. And I took one of my boyfriends to church. I was like, I had to be like 17, 18. And I took him to church with me, and he realized, oh crap, I have to give money to the gift, you know, the money basket. So he didn't come prepared for that, and he took out a 20. So I'm like, oh wow, you're gonna give 20 to the basket? I was like, that's flexing. And then he goes, and the basket comes to him, and then he starts making change with the 20 inside the basket. And if anyone ever does goes to Catholic church, they're very reserved. So something like that is like, oh, you're touching the holy basket. And I was so embarrassed. I was just like, oh my God. And everyone's watching him. And this is a predominantly white church. And we were the only Black and in the whole church. So it just, the whole dynamics just didn't look very well. And but you know, we played it off. I played it off and everything. I was like, you can't do that, you know. Second thing, fast forward, I was like 20. Yeah, I was 20, and I went on this date with this worst relationship. Ended up being the worst relationship of my life. You know who you are. But anyways. He's still trying to dodge me like, this bitch, oh my God. But anyways, so what happened was we went on this date to see Underworld as our first date. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're meant to be, because we didn't plan it. I wore an all white velour outfit, and he wore an all Black velour. And mine had pink stripes going down with a pink and white Skechers. And he had like all Black with the Adidas with the Black and white. So I'm like, oh, we're matching. So we definitely look like an it couple. And then we pull up in a gas station, and I just came home from the army, and we're serving, you know, we're dealing with Afghanistan and all this stuff. And then he starts coming at the guy for being Muslim. He's like, Allah Akbar and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. And I'm like, why are you like picking on him? And he's like, oh, that's because and he said the sand enter. And I was like, oh, and he's saying this in front of the guy. And I was just embarrassed by how uncouth he was, and just total disregard and disrespect. And I was disappointed because he was Black. So I'm like, how you like sitting here? We have to fight racism, and then you're gonna do that to someone just because they're Muslim. And I didn't like that. So yeah, that was embarrassing.
You know what, Sparrow? That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And that goes right. That is wild. That definitely is wild.
Yeah. So.
You know, I got another one really quickly before we move on, but I was on a date with a young lady who also was wearing all white, and one of her friends actually came up from behind her and sprayed red paint all over her crotch area.
Oh, what? Red paint?
I would have lost it.
Wait, so she just ruined her clothes?
Made it look like she had a monthly, you know, she sprayed red paint all over. A friend of hers did it. We were on a date. She came up and sprayed red all over her white outfit, you know, by the crotch. And made it look
but I guess I'm like, my practice.
She tried to do a hat.
I'm like, so why was she trying to like get her friend out of the date?
I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing. I wasn't embarrassed. I go, listen.
I had a red period stain date once. I played yoga with a guy, and then we was doing yoga, and I'm wearing the yoga pants, and I had my period, and I was like, oh no, I can't do this. And then he goes, you got a stain. And I had a little red stain right on my yoga pants, and I couldn't stop it. I was so embarrassed. And he's sitting there like annoyed because I was so focused on how embarrassed I was. He's like, you know, I don't care about that. You know, I'm cool. And he didn't. He still dated me a few months after. So, but yeah.
Wow. Well, you know what? I guess that guy gets an A for effort there.
Hey, that's when I learned that Asian men don't care about that stuff.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
That was an untapped secret. Like, oh shoot, Black men are like, don't touch me.
Does everybody get what happened on my date though, with her friend doing what she did?
I mean,
they were trying to cover her period stain.
No, she made it look like she had a period.
Yeah, it's a joke, but I'm saying I'll be thinking out the box and why and all this other stuff around the situation. So was she planning to do this? Because who walks around with spray? You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
We met at the health club back when I actually worked out. This was going way back. And we agreed to meet up, and she came in this amazing, I mean, she had a great this was a beautiful white outfit. You know, she had the long 3/4 pants, white. I mean, she looked great.
And where
Stunning.
were you going,
white.
by the way?
The funny thing is we were going to the movies.
And she was dressed like that.
Yeah, because we were gonna go out and do dinner afterwards and all
Okay,
that.
okay. I'm just trying to get the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were gonna get our party on, and as we were going, she got out of the car. We started walking towards the movie theater, and there was her friend. I don't know what it was, but her friend just came out of nowhere and just sprayed red spray paint all over her backside and by her cry, everything.
Did you ever ask? Like,
Yeah.
like
It's
what,
just
why?
something fishy about the. I don't
Yeah,
get
like
it.
I guess I'm just not getting it.
Okay,
I'm
I
not getting
have
it at
questions.
all.
young
We
lady,
need to
if
locate
you are
this.
watching and you're the young lady this happened to, can you like make a troll page and comment?
The name was.
Comment
I
why'd
need to
you do
know.
that?
I need to know. I need to know. I mean, I get why. I mean, I get the joke, I guess, but okay. So
Her name was Keisha, by the way. Keisha was
she
the
must
date.
have knew her friend was going to the movie, I guess. But she has spray paint, so I guess she planned this whole fiasco here, I guess.
It was
Okay.
it was
Soon as she
unreal.
jumps out the car, I'm just gonna run up and spray paint her. And
Right. Well, apparently women, you know, mess around like that. They play jokes on each other. They prank each other. Because
I've never
No.
would think to do something like that. Like one,
Yeah,
you're
same.
ruining your friend's outfit. Like that outfit's trash.
That had to be a planned effort. That had
mean, it
she had to
sounds
be like,
planned,
yo,
don't it?
if I give you the go, if I don't want to have sex with this guy, just
Yeah.
come, just do this.
And
And
it's
then
also
he'll
kind of
more
like
crazy.
That's
He
what
got
I'm
more
saying.
it happened. Wait a minute.
That's
Wait a
what
minute.
I'm
It
saying. It
happened.
sounds planned, Peter. I don't know. Because
Yeah, but
why
it
is
sounds
the
like
friend
she was
already
trying to
waiting
dodge
there?
the
Like
beat.
she's just
It
waiting
happened
there.
right in front of me. It happened right in front of me. That's what I'm
Of
saying. It's
course
not like
it did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
but
trying to
Sparrow-
dodge the D.
no. But what's the point of dodging D? Coming and spray painting on somebody?
Because-
You want to end the date?
It's so hard to say
Oh
no
no, my
on a
It
date.
outfit's
sounds
Sometimes
ruined.
planned.
I
It
guess
sounds
I
planned.
gotta go.
pressing. And then
Well,
instead,
I just wanted to-
it's easy to turn them off.
So let me just. Well, that didn't turn me off because I knew it was spray paint because I watched it happen. She was actually
Of
kind of
course you
upset
did,
about
but
it.
she couldn't go nowhere with the dress like that.
Right. So I just want to let everybody know. Well, it wasn't a dress. It was like, you know, long, like really, really beautiful white pants. But anyway,
Or the pants.
yeah, I went ahead and did a very chivalrous thing. I went ahead and took my sweatshirt off and I let her tie it around her waist and no one knew. We went on with the date.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
date
just want to
still
let
conti-
everybody
okay.
know. That's how important chivalry is. Now, these millennials and below won't even understand anything like that. But
No, they don't
That's
even
how
take
I-
off your jacket if you're cold because they're cold.
you know, it was a beautiful. It turned out to be a great date.
All right.
I don't know.
And at no point of this date did you ask, hey,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I
why?
mean, was she mad at the
Okay.
friend? I mean,
All right.
She must have been like,
the chicks
yeah.
I know, if one of
I
their
think it
friends
was-
done that, I think it would have been a fight, like right there, like what the, you know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody just letting that go. I just don't. But whatever.
No.
I think to be honest, I think it was a test on me to see what I would do, and I did the right thing. I covered it up with my jacket. I'm like, here, take my jacket.
Mhm.
Mhm.
How old?
Right.
Like when was this?
Let's see. So what? I'm 48 now. So this was back in my I stayed like mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I thought it was hilarious. To be honest, I didn't show any emotion, but I thought like that really is funny. I thought.
I mean, because I would just thought like that was so weird. I'd be like, that was weird.
Well,
You
if
know,
you
like I
wear-
wouldn't be like, I wouldn't
you-
have any emotion.
I know, but think about it. If you're wearing all white and somebody throws red paint down there or spray paints red paint on you, it looks like you had your monthly. It's funny.
Nah, I've seen
No.
Carrie, you know, there's just so
Mm.
You know what,
many reasons.
Cool thing to do, but yes, it can be funny in the right kind of scenario.
weird.
That scenario just sounded fake to me.
Like-
I don't know. It just
It
sounds
probably
like
was. I really
Yeah,
feel it was.
um,
I feel it was to test me. I think that's what
it
she
could
was
have
doing.
been. It could have been.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah,
Well, okay,
it-
maybe we should bring that back then. Maybe we should just start testing men. Well, I mean, when you do that, if I ever
Nah,
have
it's
to go on a
You
date,
know,
you just
that's exactly my
just
language.
throw
Pass,
paint
pass,
on me.
pass.
Let's see what the guy does. Maybe that's what we need to do to
And
make
how
him
does
work.
paint look like a
Throw it.
Make
period?
him work.
But
Make him
whatever,
think.
whatever.
Like
Let
Holmes
me
says in Castle, you gotta bust down these walls. You're gonna get bruised to get before you bust down these walls.
let me tell you this. Let me tell you.
But
To all those
I
men out
hear it.
there, to all of those men out there that don't know what chivalry is, or to all of those men out there who have been conditioned not to listen to a woman, you all know who you are.
Mm.
Yes.
That's all.
Listen.
Am I right, Sparrow?
Listen. You men don't listen. Y'all don't listen. I was calling the VA the other day. Hello, veteran. No longer serving, like my girl here. But I called them and I'm like, oh, I need to, do this for, me. I'm the veteran, blah, blah, blah. And the guy is not even hearing me saying for me. He goes, what's the veteran's name and information? And I'm like, my name. And he's like, no, ma'am, what's the veteran's name and information? That's me. I'm the veteran. Ma'am, I need to know his name. Dude, I'm the veteran. Are you listening to me? And then he realized, oh, okay. And then he tried to shut me down because I was upset. Like, why are you not going to sit? And then you see, I'm stuttering. How are you going to piss us off, not listen, get us to go, da, 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 da. And then when we're da, 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 y'all were like, okay, oh gosh, I don't want to hear it. Like, shut up and listen. Like Beyonce said, listen.
Well,
Shots fired.
The whole thing. Why, in your opinion, are men conditioned not to listen from day one?
I believe that men are just conditioned to it's the way we raise men. We raise men to like be, stay in your ego, stay in yourself, stay self-centered, which is good. But we don't teach women that. And then what happens is women are trying to share and overshare. And a lot of times in our oversharing, we end up giving information to these DICKSs. And then what happens is that information becomes manipulation tools, how they're going to manipulate our emotions. And then that's basically it. I think that men are conditioned not to listen to emotions because they're conditioned to suppress theirs. Cry, baby. Cry. It'll be okay. Be vulnerable. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
I feel
Kristy,
like-
you want to weigh in on that?
how does that
Well,
come into not listening? Like you said, we're trained to suppress our feelings, but our feelings have nothing to do with listening
Because
to you.
women, we talk and communicate about things, how it makes us feel. We're in that. And then
in
men are
that
conditioned.
situation. Okay.
Yeah,
But I
and men are
thought you meant-
conditioned to listen to feelings as the vulnerability of feelings. I even see it like in how men interact with men versus how women interact with women. Men don't even say, when you crossed my girlfriend and made me feel disrespected. A guy would never say that. Never. It will be like, dude, they'll play it differently. And where girls is like, I feel that, when you do this and say this, it makes me feel that way. And that because of that, that's not important because it's just feelings. It's not something to be taken seriously. It's not logical or practical.
Kristy, you want to weigh in on this? Are men conditioned not to listen from day one?
Well, I feel like it's just that men and women just speak different languages, right? So I think like you kind of nailed it in terms of, women speak from feelings and men speak from like, very tactical. So I feel like if you want to be heard, how do you find a common language of like to really listen and share?
Yes.
So I realized like, I think the older I get, back in the day, I'm not going to lie, I used to send like, I would go on for text messages, like all this sort of stuff, knowing that that person probably ain't reading half of what I said, probably nitpicking what needs to be pulled out of there. And but I was like, you know what? As I got older, it's like, how can you be very bulleted and direct of like what you want them to get out of what you're saying? So just like, so I've learned to be like, all right, let me process my emotions to land. I need this to land. So this is how I'm going to speak. And this is this. I'm not going to give the extra flavor and fluff. It's like how can I be as direct as possible to ensure that this person is receiving what I need to say? So I just feel like men and women speak different languages. I don't know if it's like they're not conditioned to listen. It's just more like when you start talking a whole different language to someone who doesn't understand it, they're like, that doesn't resonate with me. But if you like can find whatever way to speak in simplistic ways for people to receive it, then yeah, then they'll get there.
But what about the more complex? I agree with you. And it's just that when things get more complex and and it's like certain things like me personally, a lot of times I get excited because I feel like sometimes the actions of others might be threatening my children in some way or whatever it is, you know? So, and then that might excite my emotions as a parent because now I'm like, oh, on edge, my emotions are like high. So how do we have men meet us on that end? I feel it's very unfair as a woman. We are the ones who always have to put in the work to make it work, always put in the work, to the effort of trying to find ways to communicate. Another common, like I would say, manipulation women do is we make you believe you made the choice when in actuality we've been planting a seed and guiding you towards the choice. And then but what happens is, I've learned in my experiences, men are like, oh, and I've seen it. I've seen men go, oh, why don't, women be more direct? And then here you're a woman direct. This is what I want. This is what I'm about. This is who I am. And then it's like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to take that seriously. And then after that, it's like, now my emotions are excited. How do they understand our emotions? Why do we always have to dumb ourselves down to simplicity just so that they can hear us?
Mm.
I feel like PG and Tracy, this is your turn.
I don't have that problem. I listen. I got to be honest with you. I listen.
Peter, I
listen too, but even when I listen, I get accused of not listening. So,
and that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I think a lot of this comes down to exactly that, accusations and not asking a guy questions. Like when I'm not being understood, I feel like now I have to ask the guy questions to see where his mind is, and then take it from where it is and bring it to where I'm at.
so much work, too much work and energy.
Yeah, but it feels like it's more work to
Too
get
much
upset.
There's
But
one way to solve that. But
Wait
the
until
too
y'all
much
have
work.
kids, and then you have to put that energy into kids, and then you have to do the same thing to a man. You'd be like, man, grow up.
well, see, at that
You
point,
know?
I think that two people in a relationship would have gained a mutual understanding of how to work with each other. That's number one. Number two, I do feel like sometimes it's up to us to bring it back and ask a question, because the second something wrong comes out his mouth, we're even more upset. So why not just ask a question and figure out where his head is, and then, figure out, how do you come to terms with that? How do you figure that? Why are you confused? I'm confused because of this. And then, fix it from there. You can't fix something when you don't know what the problem is.
I'm just saying, why are we the ones making that effort? Why aren't they?
Well, and then also too,
I
it's like,
don't know. I get asked questions. I don't know who y'all be talking to.
right, and that's
Hey,
right there,
gentlemen, if
Khadijah.
y'all
It's
want to
almost
come on the
like,
show and weigh in your input, it'll be great out
yeah, I
there.
feel like Khadijah, that's a good point. I feel like the guys who I've had the most complications in communicating with are the ones who like are choosing not to want to come to a solution. But it's like when I found that the ones who like are committed to finding a resolution or committed to listening or actually putting forth that effort, then it's like, regardless if I'm running on a tangent, not saying things correctly, not, oversharing or whatever, they're still trying to find whatever I'm trying to say. So I feel like there comes to a point where someone just wants to do it. If they don't want to listen, they're going to be like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what's going on.
Or
So.
gaslight you. Mm-hmm.
Well, wait. All I can say in this scenario is that sometimes women just get angry for no reason, and then we have to play catch
Yeah.
up.
That's not for no reason.
Because we let that
Wait,
pile
I said
up,
it
and
a
it's
few
like,
weeks back.
remember
No,
from
it's
4
not.
months ago?
Wait a minute,
when
Weeks ago.
No, it's not.
No, hold on. What I mean by that, though, is that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'll be getting yelled at, or a woman will just go off for no reason because we don't know, and then we're trying to find out what happened. And of course, then it goes through the whole tangent after that. And we got to sit through until finally we understand why you're angry, and then we say, okay, we're sorry, we'll never do it again. But then that's not good enough. We have to continue to hear the lecture. So that's the way I look at it with that. Sometimes, hey, you get upset and we don't know what the reason is. until it finally comes out after a 45-minute rant.
But maybe it's okay. So Sparrow, you're gonna get what I'm gonna say with this, like that confirmation brief. You know, we learn in military, like you actually have to repeat what you hear to know that you got it. So it's like
Yes, I
when
do
you
that.
say like, okay, I'll never do that again. I'm like, do you even know what you just committed to? Do you even know
Yeah.
like what you just said that
Yes,
you are
because
never
we-
going to do
See,
again?
right there,
So maybe you
Kristy, right
should
there,
say,
right there,
You know
right
what
there,
so
right
maybe
there.
you should
All
say,
the
See,
effort.
that's the thing. And
Go ahead,
I'm
Sparrow.
but
realizing
I'm
Go
why
ahead.
just
women do this.
saying, like
All
maybe
women
you
do
should say, like, I would never, you know what?
No,
I just
hold
want
on,
to,
hold
I
on.
just want to get,
Kristy,
I want
hold
to
on,
clarify.
Kristy.
Hold on.
Hold on.
It's like, I
Hold
want
the
to
phone.
clarify what you're saying. So you're
Hold
upset
up.
about X, Y, and Z.
Hold up,
Okay,
right
I'm never
there.
going to do that.
Right
Travis,
there.
go ahead.
When you said that thing, when you said that if we say we're listening, and then you say, do you even know what you were saying? Or do you even know? That makes us very, 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 very upset to tell you that we heard you, but then you question us like we're in a classroom and you want us to answer this question like we're getting graded on it.
This is a
And it's
one
like,
No,
word
I
it's like,
never
do
asked.
you
I'm not
even
asking.
know what you
No, I'm
what you-
not asking. I'm not asking afterwards. I'm
Category.
saying like, I'm not saying like afterwards, like, oh, you know, you're saying I hear you, and then be like, do you know? I'm just asking like
so you don't
openly
say
to
that?
you all. No, I'll be like,
okay.
because I'm
I'ma
assuming
tell
that
you.
you.
I'm not saying no names, but there's times where I get that. I'll say I know what you're talking about, and then they'll say, "Do you even know what you're agreeing to? Or do you even know what I'm saying?" I'm like,
So that
"Well, I
must
said
mean that's a prior offense that you are not
Mhm.
knowing what you did. So therefore,
And then you
she's
continue to do it.
no,
you continue
you
to do
do
something.
Well, you
continue
know
to
what's
hear you, but you
annoying
didn't.
too is when y'all go, do you even know what you're upset about?
It's like, I
Oh,
know
Sometimes we
exactly.
don't
I
know.
think I
Yes,
have
People
you
are
know
something
what
to
I'm
say
talking
when
about.
we
about.
say that,
are you
when we say,
parenting?
"Do you know what y'all
Yes,
upset about?"
that
Yes,
has,
because we don't
Yeah.
be knowing.
yeah, but you are asking us.
You
Because
just
know
don't
why
know
you're
the
upset.
layers that come with it.
It's all because of y'all. Remember this. Y'all brought this up. So it's like, we don't know what you're upset about. Listen to what Peter said. Half of the time we don't know. But then you say all this stuff and we understand what you're saying. We don't know why you're saying it, but we understand what you're saying. And then when we say we understand what you're saying, then you say, well, do you even know why? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, huh? You know what I'm saying? By that time, our minds are boggled up and confused because we don't even know what angle is from anymore. And it turns into some whole
Like-
jigsaw
Hey, let me-
puzzle of all
so-
these questions.
like-
and it's like,
So let
you
me
can't take it anymore.
so let me
It's
put
like we
y'all
get
on
blocked.
game. Let me
Why
put
don't
y'all
you
on
ask
game. And this
what's
is for
the root of
everybody
your
listening.
problem?
A
Yeah,
woman is
so
very,
that's
a
what I
woman
think.
is very good. A woman is very good at ambushing. They're very good at
Yes.
ambushing,
And then
blindsiding.
we feel like we're
Because
back
y'all
to this
good at
little
dodging.
corner here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a, you know, like a pit bull against a little chihuahua, and it's like rah, rah, rah. And we're like, what? You know what I'm saying?
You guys,
And it's like,
listen,
we don't know what else to say
let me tell
anymore.
you, what happens is, I've tested this too. I'll be like, all right, let's talk about this.
Peter's dying
He said-
laughing over here,
Wait,
but
but
I'm
listen.
serious.
She said it though. I tested. See, sometimes women just make up things to have the fight.
No, it's not
Exactly.
makeup.
picking-
It's just, it's real stuff, but I'm going to test like your commitment to resolving the issue. And it will be, okay, let's talk about this, but I see you're busy. I see right now you're having some me time. So when you get a chance, let me know when you're ready to talk. And then what you guys do is this: dodge, 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 dodge. And then we're like, okay, and then we're watching you dodge us, avoiding the
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah,
And then
how do we
that's where the
dodge?
ambush comes
How do
in.
we dodge? How do we
We're
dodge?
like, all right, I see you
Wait,
dodging
time
it.
out,
Okay.
Sparrow. Time out. Wait, Sparrow. Hold on. We're dodging. No, not. That's where the ambush comes in. We're dodging because you ambush us.
Exactly.
No. You guys create the ambush by dodging us. A lot of times the arguments are created through the lack of communication because men break down the communication. There's a point where you're like, but I read about this. There's a science. Men only use a certain amount of words a day, where women use way more words than men. So maybe it's just that
That's
you
because
used up
keep
all your
talking.
words. Huh?
All right, you know what? So I want to give the keys to the test. Okay, I want to give you the answer
That's 'cause
key
you'll
to the
keep
test.
talking. Of course,
Because-
if you keep talking, more words are gonna come out.
No, you
We're
should
not
say.
talking all day like that.
Let me give like some little keys to listen. All you have to do is say like you hear you hear the affirmation, you like confirm that you're hearing them, And then at the end, just being like, I just want to confirm that you're saying this, this, and this. Okay, then this is what I won't do, you know,
All
and
right,
then I
like that.
do.
I like-
So
I
it's
just
just
want
like,
you to conversate
so,
back.
so you need just to say like, I hear you, I see you. Okay, I want to try to do better. I can't promise that I'm going to just be perfect, but I'm going to try.
Let me just say this.
So I'm just
Let me
giving you
just
the answers, and
said,
this is for
then
anyone
done.
listening. That's all you got to do.
Well, I
Boom.
just want to say
What
this
if you
about.
do that and it's
Oh,
still
go ahead, Trev.
and it still drags on though? Well, what if you do that and it just doesn't?
You know
it
what?
just
I
doesn't
agree with
work?
you.
You must have did some
Trev,
real effed up stuff for it
Wait,
to
wait,
drag.
wait, wait.
The only things that drag on is the stuff that really, really hurt. Like you really hurt and
But here's the
betrayed,
thing, though.
and
After
the
we hear
trust is
those,
damaged.
after we hear those magic words, did you understand? Do you even hear me? And then when you respond everything verbatim, and she gets even more angry, it just goes on again. Even if we show, and like Kristy said,
Avoid
even if
it,
we
but
confirm that we heard what you said and we understand, it still goes on. It doesn't
you know
stop.
why? Because you didn't conversate. You're just pacification. I hear you. Now shut up.
No, but that no. I would say
Safe.
yes,
That's
I
not
did,
true.
and then
No,
I
sit-
respond
That's
back
this is what men
verbatim.
do.
That's not
I
true.
respond back verbatim, and
This
still.
is what y'all
but
do.
anyway,
on.
This is us. We're
You-
like, da, 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 da. I feel this way, blah, 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 blah. And then y'all like this.
anyway, okay.
No, or
Well, we're
you
gonna-
say, or no, you have to match you have to be like, okay, if she's hype, don't match her height. Match her like, hey, look, I get it, you're upset. Like,
Oh, please.
I
Then we're
feel
accused.
you.
Wait, no.
No,
That
no, no,
doesn't
no,
work.
no. You can say
That doesn't
like,
work
I can
because
see.
then we're
No,
accused
no,
of
no,
not
no,
listening.
no, no, no. Be like, I feel like you're upset or something like that, and then repeat. And then say, look, I'm going to try to do better. You can't like match the hype. I'm pretty sure you confirm and being like, okay, I hear you. You saying this, this, and this, and this, and the third.
Because
That's
then
like
we're-
just
3 or 4
annoying.
times, then yeah.
No, we've done that. Travesty can back me up on this. We have done that, and then we're accused of placating. So that's not going to work. Anyway, it's time
Oh,
for
no.
shots fired. Shots fired with Sparrow, and we have a guy, Scott from Flint, Michigan. This
Hey, for the glove.
Hey, Scott.
Scott from Flint, Michigan.
Be nice to
Literally,
Scott Sparrow. Be nice.
Sparrow, I just don't understand. Do you want women to want your man, or you don't want women to want your man? Which is it?
I want women to want my man, but I don't want them to touch him.
Moving on, Khadijah, our favorite millennial. Do we have a millennial report?
Yes, but today, unfortunately, is not about who's under the millennials. It's about you baby boomers and the
Okay, no,
older.
wait, Gen X.
What, about the
Khadijah,
fact
Gen
that they
X.
sold
Gen
out?
X, Gen X and beyond, millennials and beyond.
After they saw Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X get shot, they sold out. Is that what it is? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ooh.
I think absolutely, actually, yes. I'm getting tired of people who are older than me saying that or having this mindset that like once you have a job or a profession, you have to stick with that. Especially with the way the world is changing and so fast and all the time today. I've been getting a little sick of y'all about that.
Mm.
And I just
Please,
want to know when does that mindset change for you guys? Like once, I mean, not you guys sitting in here, of course.
I was about to say, I don't do that.
I was just saying, like, when do you realize that, like, grandma, when do you realize the world is different? When do you realize women can do these things? When do you realize I don't have to have or stay in one job, profession, or position for the rest of my life? Because that's traditionally what people did. They got a house at like a job at like maybe a warehouse or wherever, and they just they stuck with it for years. I would kill myself.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
like that, not literally. I'm
well,
just saying,
reality
it's
The
is-
just
jobs are not like that anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Barely.
Yeah.
Usually these jobs
but I
rotate
think that's
people in and
because-
out like crazy. So
but I think that is because most the people who came after are no longer like that. We don't have the luxury to do that.
Well, And then also
It's like
too,
if
they used to have a different benefit. Like a lot of times staying at these companies, you will get a pension alongside your
Mhm.
retirement.
Medical.
So like
That's kind of like,
you would get an additional benefit for staying longer, within a company. So
Yes.
it was a different kind of security, whereas here
Mhm.
it's very much bottom line driven. So you
Yep.
don't have that security anymore at any of these companies. If they're not doing well, they will sit there and they have no problem laying employees off.
yeah,
So
Yep.
it's like,
Well, we'll pack it up.
the information change, things are just different. Like the types of jobs that are in demand, the skill level requirement is different. It's just a different time. So it's almost like, if they're not really understanding, if their grandma and them, the baby boomers, they out enjoying their pension and retirement. So
yeah. But
they just don't get it. I mean,
but what
it's
gets
just different.
me too is even with the people who are posting these jobs, it's like, how can you want all of these qualifications or schooling or this, that, and the third? It's like, but you don't want a person who got that experience through, having different jobs or different internships or whatever else. Because you know how
Actually,
they go like, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
That's just what I've been wondering about. And I think it's stifling to the generation that's, coming
So,
up. Let
yeah,
them experience everything. Let them hop around. Let them not serve one company because these companies don't give a damn about who's working for them.
Almost close to that, Matt. We are very close to the magic time. Before we go ahead and go to sign off, we have one more question that was sent in. And this one, let's see, this one came in anonymously. And dear U.S. Roundtable team, why has it become acceptable / normalized to have sex with an ex? Sparrow, you're up.
Nah.
um, okay, me personally, you're an ex, you're gonna stay that way. There's no going back. You look back, you stay back.
Kristy?
Keep your body count low.
I agree with Kristy. Keep your body count low, guys.
Just get the Tracy
Khadijah?
dog.
Khadijah, our favorite millennial, you want to weigh in on that question?
Sure. I think it's something about going back to someone who you just know how everything works. For sure, there's the comfortability aspect of it. There's the sometimes you're actually not out of it yet. You're going through the motions, and sometimes that honestly is a part of it. Like, this person's my ex, but you're trying to skedaddle. It just takes a while to sometimes break apart.
That's true.
All right. Now, does that even obviously that would be after if you're single, but the question also is, my question would be, do any of you ever think about exes?
All the time.
Why even if you're with somebody else, you think about exes all the time?
Yeah, but I don't miss
think
them. I think about the things that I make a lot of comparisons on my growth. Who I was when I met those exes and how they were able to get away with so much doing with me, and the type of person I was then, and the state of mind I was in, and then I've always tried to strive to be better and also heal. And I always think about like how, especially certain exes that depending on the dynamics between us, how they affected my life and the trajectory of where I'm going. Because a lot of times, a lot of what I'm doing is because I've seen the damages of good men that I was with, but they were just too damaged to, be living their potential. And I see that with people, period. And it breaks my heart because I think back on some of the exes, and I had some good ones and I had some real crappy ones. But the crappy ones definitely taught me a lot more about myself, like my boundaries, what I'm willing to tolerate, what I'm not willing to tolerate, what I want for myself now, and then and what I'm looking for and stuff like that. So I think a lot about how a person might have affected me in my life.
Well, Kristy, quick question before we go to sign off. If let's just say your ex had an impeccable credit score, would you be requesting of bank statements?
Hush. Oh, I have no comment. No, I don't go into people's credit score. I'm not freaking Fannie Mae, or like I'm not taking out like I'm not any of these people, So anyway, that's
I'm
my
just being
answer.
Kristy, I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. I get it. Keep the body count low. I understand. I
Oh
got
my
it.
gosh. Hush.
Let me just say this. This guy
Mhm.
right here, if this guy was single, I wouldn't go near any exes. No way. Hell
Yeah, no.
to no, forget
Well,
it.
shoot, the fact that you're going on dates with kleptos and women friends throwing paint, I want to go back to them either, Peter.
Well, you know what, Kristy? Seriously, we were together 3 months after that paint incident. It was she was cool. I don't know where she is now, but she was cool. She was
Mhm.
And
hilarious.
you just never asked, huh?
That's wild.
What about? Well, because I knew what it was. She sprayed red paint on her to make it look like she had a period. I mean, that's all.
See, this is
Why?
some guy stuff. Just
No,
it
I would-
happened.
I would-
I
I would
saw
think
it.
this-
I will have to ask questions. I
No,
don't know which
I
one
would
was
have to
okay.
know about that. Yeah, because
Well,
that,
I
like I
don't-
said, to me, it seems like it's more to that story. That's all. To me, it does.
We'll never
It just does.
know.
But
We'll never
We'll never
know.
know unless she watches the show and then she reaches out, which will be great. But
I mean, you might not know, but she
Come on,
knows there's a
Keisha,
backstory to that.
Tell us.
Like,
Here's-
I need to
Are you still
understand.
friends with that girl?
But you know what though? She did say. Now I don't know the backstory. Obviously, I mean I don't know what the story's behind, but I do know they both prank each other constantly. So maybe that was
Yeah.
the prank on her.
Maybe
Who knows?
they
Maybe
just
she
a
did
prank.
something to her friend. I don't know, but
You ain't
I
about
thought
ain't
it
no
was
prank.
hilarious. But I'm like,
Okay.
Nah, wrong
We'll
time,
never
wrong
know.
She
place.
specifically waited till you got y'all, and she said, "Oh, there they are. Let me get my pink."
She
Run
started
over there.
shaking
Like-
it.
Like, how do you
Started
just have like
shaking it,
red
she was walking.
paint? Like,
And then
that's
she
just
ran
wild.
off. Okay.
That's some weird, like
That's
weird
like
stuff.
Jackass, the show, or something. Like something they would do.
Yeah.
Or maybe she lost the bet.
I
hey,
don't
you
know.
never know. That could be. That could
Like,
be
I
for
bet
real.
you
That could be.
he's this way. No, girl, he's this way. You lost spray paint.
Hey, listen. All I know is I did the right thing. I said, take my sweatshirt.
And
Wrap
she
it
had
around.
to know y'all
let's
was
go.
there too. So that's what I'm saying. So the friends
Yeah.
call and say, "Oh, this is where we're going. Hope not to see you there." And all of a sudden,
Well, it was the first date, so maybe she was alerting her that maybe I'm a lunatic. Who knows? This is I'm going to be here. If you don't hear from me after the movie, I'm going to be here. If you don't hear from me when I get there, who knows? Women have a buddy system. We all know that. Guys are stupid when it comes to that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody, that where I'm going to be, and that's probably
I
the
mean,
worst.
I mean,
you know, but
unless there's
women-
a reason for it. I mean, it might be a reason for it. But yeah.
But women
Mhm.
have a buddy system. Women have a buddy system, and if their friend doesn't come back home and they're missing, women know, well, she was supposed to go here, she was scheduled to go here, and then she was going to end the date here. Women know that about their friends. Guys, on the other hand, yeah, I don't think I've ever called up a guy friend and said, "Hey, I'm going on a date with a stranger."
Yeah, well, you don't want to look like a wimp. Be like, "Protect me from this woman if I'm not there at 3:00."
You see
Of
that
course, we're
stuff.
not going to say that.
That's why guys get date rape too.
Right.
Whoa.
Uh-huh. Hashtag me too for men too. It happens to y'all as well. Because you guys don't have no plan or no system in place.
Mm.
Guys
Never
also lost smart
experienced
enough
that.
not to go in certain areas too.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, like I for one will definitely not. If she says, "Hey, let's go back to my place," yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
This is my question now.
You gotta
So,
have
but then
home
why
court,
do
that's
you
all.
guys expect
she-
women to come home with y'all?
I don't.
We're
I,
in more danger. We're like,
No.
I don't.
Uh-huh. And then we're sizing up your house and dropping little like tells that we were there, leaving underwear. That was, if underwear were left behind, gentlemen, that wasn't done on purpose. That wasn't by accident.
No,
So
there's never nothing left there on purpose.
A lot of times when women leave
leave
stuff behind, it's us marking our territory.
little
Mhm.
comb things that you'll put in the head, might leave that on top of something, or
No, so you gotta leave the small, like it's gotta be small and discreet where you
Little
really aren't
bracelet
paying
thing.
attention to
Oh,
it,
I
like a
got my
little ring.
bracelet, hey.
Mhm.
All that little stuff. I know what y'all do.
quickly, let me ask all of our females here. Let me ask you all this, ladies, and let me ask all the ladies out there too in YouTube land and virtual WW World Wide Web land. If a man says, "Hey, let's go back to my place," do you do it? On the first date, even, do you do it?
Come on over
Well,
to
here's the
my
deal.
place.
If she wore matching bra and underwears, it wasn't you who planned on having sex tonight.
Well, if we can see that, we can't see through that, but I
Yeah,
guess
I was gonna say, well, how will they know? You can't-
Because if she wore matching panties and bras, she was determined it was going to go
Yeah,
down.
no,
tonight.
I know, but that's like later. But you gotta get her there first.
But I'm just saying, once you get her there and it's matching, you're like, oh shoot,
Oh.
she has a matching
But
set. You're like,
sometimes,
oh,
yeah.
she planned this. I have
To
no
answer your
Okay, so
It
I
was
guess I'm
fine. Planned it.
question,
yeah.
do you
ahead, Kristy.
go?
Oh.
I mean, it depends on the person, honestly. Yeah, the person who they are, how you got to know them, where you meet them. Like there's a checklist you gotta go down. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's
Go ahead, Kristy, you were gonna
Depends on
weigh in.
what
Go
I'm
ahead.
dating for. But
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
was just gonna weigh in on the matching set. Sometimes, like, don't you just wear matching sets just to wear matching sets? Sometimes I wear it without any intentions to get like sex. But
If
anyway,
I know
that's like
I
neither
want
here
to,
nor there.
if I'm like, he's so hot, I have to control myself. It's bushing, no shaving, and everything, just so I could. But
Oh my goodness.
what? Come on, ladies, don't admit it. Sometimes just the thought of it, and then and it's fun. It's fun being sexy. We should have fun being sexy. I don't want to play reserved. So, but honestly, usually if things are going down on the first date, it's because I already made my mind that was going to happen when I met you.
Well, you know what? It's that magic time, everyone. And here we go. We're going to start with the Stein off, and we're going to go ahead and start with Khadijah, our favorite millennial.
peace, love, and happiness. Hopefully there are people in this world without snows enjoying some sun. Stay safe and be great.
All right, Kristy.
All right, y'all, be safe, peace and blessings. Have a great week. Take each day, be present, and nothing but love.
All right,
Council.
Sparrow.
Hey, peace. Staten Islanders, if you see your neighbors shoveling their spot, don't be douches and take it. Come on. Let's be neighborly out here. Okay? Let's respect our neighbors' shovel efforts and everything. And if you see something, say something.
All right. Well, everyone, be safe, stay warm. If you are shoveling, remember to take it slow. You don't want to do it all at once. Take breathers, remain hydrated, because even though it's cold out there, you can dehydrate. And wear your mask too. Travis D, over to you.
And we out.